If you're learning how to play the flute, it's best to start out with the basics. Here's a few helpful tips to get you started. You will need your head joint, of course, a hand mirror, and a music stand. First, before you even pick up your head joint, you must establish good posture from the beginning. You're tall, poised, feet flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. To get a feel of head joint placement, take your right index finger to act as your flute head joint, like so. It needs to rest in the ledge or crook of the chin, as shown here, basically where the red edge of the bottom lip meets with the skin. Let your muscles relax in the face and make a pout or frowny face. The corners of your mouth need to be pulled down and relaxed as much as possible. What you don't want is a tight smiley face embouchure where your corners are pulled back and every muscle is tightened. This will produce a thin and airy tone quality that you do not want to have. Also, try not to jam it up against your face. Now, if you feel ready for the actual flute head joint, go ahead and place it in the same manner as you did earlier with your index finger. It'll take a few tries to get a good feel of where it should be on your face. Don't cover up the embouchure hole and make sure the head joint is not placed too high or low. A successful sound will sound like this. Practice a few times first by just blowing air. You can use your mirror on the stand to check and make sure that the embouchure hole is centered with the center of your lips and the head joint is in the correct spot. Remember to keep your face relaxed and the corners of your mouth pulled downward into the frowny face. Also, try to constantly think of pulling your top lip downward. Think of blowing your air across the lip plate or across the embouchure hole. Practice trying to make sound with the guidance of your mirror. However, make sure you aren't bending your head down or rolling in the head joint, as this will affect your tone quality and intonation. As you are blowing and making a sound, there should be a slight vapor trail appearing on the lip plate from your air. It may be seen with your mirror, but sometimes it is not as present. This handy device is called a Pneumo Pro. If you find yourself having trouble producing a good sound on your head joint, or a sound at all, period, you can try using the help of a Pneumo Pro. It has 4 fans that represent each register of the flute. It helps with tone flexibility of registers for later on, and more. Try to get each individual fan to move with your airstream without rolling it in or moving the Pneumo Pro at all. To help with this, you can place a small coin on the top where it has a little flat circle above the highest fan, and make sure that the coin does not fall. Also, try to just blow air again with your index finger head joint. Right now, you're not thinking about or using articulation yet, so just use the syllable poo, P-O-O-H. This will take some practice to get used to, but it will help in producing a good sound if you always think of starting with this syllable. When you can pick up the head joint, place it correctly, and make a good and consistent sound every time, then you have mastered the flute head joint. Hopefully these tips helped you out a little and you're that much closer to sounding great on your entire flute.